Rise and shine. So today is March 10th, 2022, and it is 10:19 a.m. And I know I have not been on here in a couple of days to do a video. It's just been so much going on, y'all. It's been like such a transition taking place in my life right now. It's just like so super just crazy. Okay, things is just all over the place right now, but it's because I'm transitioning. And I briefly mentioned on previous videos that I'm going to be relocating, and I have not specified where that will be just yet, but drop a comment if you think you know where I'm relocating to. And so this transition is going to be happening very, very soon, and so quick, I don't even know if I'm ready for it, child. Like, when the Father spoke this word to me, I was just like, me? You sure you got the right one? Like, is you talking to me? He was talking to me, y'all. And so I've started the process of doing what I have to do to make this transition a reality, because, you know, the Father gives you, you know, he gives you his portion, and then it's up to you to do what you got to do on your end, right? So like, he just gives you the vision, he gives you the promise, but just because he gives you the dream, the vision, or the promise doesn't mean that you don't have any responsibilities in the matter. Okay, so what he tells you to do, you have to be obedient, and you have to take those necessary steps and measures to adhere to what it is that he's instructing you to do. So that's kind of where I'm at right now in my life. And it's not an easy transition, I will say that. It literally feels like I am, like, my old life is dying. Like, literally. In terms of just the newness that's happening, in terms of how things are just going to be very different, you know, how where he's relocating to me is just totally something that my children or I is just not used to, or, you know, so that's an adjustment in itself. And then the pain, you know, sometimes when the Father is calling you to relocate, the pain of letting go of, you know, your past, like, you know, your house or your job, or, you know, friends, family that you might have that's close by to you. And so it's like the letting go, you know, is like the emotional part. And so that's what's been kind of difficult for me, is just the emotional part of letting go. So I've been working on that. But he's good, you know, and when the Father is calling you to do something, he's not going to call you to do something that he feels is too big for you. So when you're walking with him, nothing is too big, you know, because he is the Father of the impossibles. And so I'm at the water today, I'm at the ocean, and so you hear the seagulls kind of like doing their thing, making a noise. But today's word, okay, is going to be, what is today's word going to be? Today's word, he just gave me this word. Okay, so today's word is coming from a dream that I had. So the Father isn't calling me to give the details of the dream. He's just calling me to give y'all this message. Okay, so I'm not gonna really go into the details of what the dream was about, because for whatever reason it's not important. But he just wants you to know that this blessing that he is giving you, these blessings that he's bringing into your life, is only for you. Okay, it is only for you. And so after I had this dream and I woke up last night, and I just kind of was like praying about the meaning of it, and, you know, what does it mean? And so as the Father is like just, you know, deposited into my spirit what this dream represents, he was just like, I'm doing this thing, I'm giving you these blessings, you know, and it had to do with a financial blessing. So I want to go as far as to say that this financial blessing that he's going to be bringing into your life is strictly for you. Like, he wants you to get every part of this blessing, okay? And when he brings this financial blessing into your life, he does not want you to run around and broadcast it to people, okay? It's something that he is doing in secret. And maybe eventually you'll be able to testify about it, you know. But as of right now, in this moment, when he's doing this thing, he does not want you to broadcast it. Okay, and I kind of thought about it and was just like, well, Father, if you're doing such this, if you're doing this great thing, like, why can't I, not tell the world, but at least tell people that's close to me. And he said, because sometimes when you tell people the blessing that you just received financially, they want a piece of the pie, right? And it's not a bad thing, right? And because people are struggling at the end of the day, and you have, I'm sure, a lot of people like me that, is surrounding you that are in need like you are. So when you get blessed financially, and the Father has conditioned you and trained you and raised you up, to be the amazing person that you are, you naturally want to give, right? When you get this financial blessing, you want to give back. You want to let the Father know that you are doing the right thing and that you're not being stingy by this money, right? But that you're contributing back into the kingdom. And he said, there's going to be a time for that, okay? Because he's coming to see about all his people, of course, those hurting, those struggling, he is coming to see about them. So there's going to be a time for that, but that time is not now. Okay, because this blessing, this financial blessing that he's giving you in this moment is only for you to do what it is that he's calling you to do. So if he's calling you to make a move, if he's calling you to relocate, if he's calling you to buy a house, if he's calling you to start a business, whatever it is that he's calling you to do in this moment, he is going to be giving you the provision for this thing in secret, okay? And so when he gives you the provision for this thing in secret, he wants to know that you are not going to be broadcasting it, because the time is not yet for you to be helping everybody. Like, you just not there yet, okay? Like, you just getting on your feet. He just blessing you, and he does not want you to take this blessing and just run and give it away, okay? Because you have to establish yourself first, right? If he's calling you to move, you have to make sure that you're in your house, okay? You got to make sure that your house is furnished. Like, you have to make sure that you're good, okay? Because if you're not good, guess what? You might could help somebody else for a moment based on the blessing that he's bringing into your life, but that's just all it's going to be, is a moment. And then you're going to look up and it's going to be gone, and you're not going to have accomplished nearly what it is that he's calling you to accomplish, maybe a portion of it, a fraction of it. But you're going to be looking up and looking at him and looking for another provision. And he like, like, that's it. I told you what to do. I told you not to let nobody know. I told you to keep this thing for yourself and to do what it is that I'm calling you to do with it. I didn't tell you to go help she, time, pie, and want one and all of them. Like, this ain't the time for that, okay? And the time is coming, okay? And maybe if you pray for she and them, they gonna get theirs, okay? But yours is not theirs, okay? Yours is yours, okay? And it's okay to be selfish sometimes. And I think that, especially when you listen into like the preachings of this world, like they like to tell you to take all your money and give it to the church, or take all your money and give it to this organization that's in need. And so like when we get blessed financially, we have this sense of like what's the word I'm looking for? We have like this sense of feeling bad, okay? And I ain't the word I'm looking for, but it's the first one that popped into my mind. So we kind of like, we start to feel bad about not giving, right? Like, oh my gosh, like I just got, especially when it's a big blessing like the Father's about to do, okay? He ain't about to just bless you with 50 cents, he ain't about to just bless you with $1,000. He ain't about to just bless you with just enough to be able to do what you got to do. He is about to bless you exceedingly abundantly beyond what you could ever ask for. Like, this blessing that he is about to bring into your life is going to be more than enough for you to be able to do what you got to do, and more than enough to sustain you even after that, okay? And so, but that's just it, right? So you're only going to have enough, even though it's going to be a surplus, it's only going to be enough for you to do what you have to do, and then have enough to be comfortable after that. Okay, and then once you take these finances that the Father is bringing into your life, and you do what it is he's telling you to do, whether to be invested or whatever, and you start receiving income from your investments, that's when he's going to say, okay, now you can do this, X, Y, and Z, okay? Or now you can give to this person or that person or whatever, okay? But that's a conversation for you to have with the Father. So once so in this moment though, he is only giving you enough to be able to meet your needs and then some. Okay, so if you have kids, or even if you're a single person, or you're a single person responsible for, I don't know, family members who are residing with you, this income that he is bringing into your life, and it's not anything that you have to do. So don't think that you got to go run out and put your hand to this, okay? It is nothing that you have to do to receive this blessing. Like, he is just going to slap you in your face with this thing, okay? He's going to give you a dream about this thing. He's going to give you a vision. I don't know how he's going to do it, whether he's going to cause you to hit the lottery, or whether he's going to send you to the casino to win a certain amount of money, or whether he's going to send somebody into your life to bless your whole soul. You know, the sky is the limit with the Father. He can do it any way he sees fit. He can send you into the ocean and you can get a whole fish. Okay, somebody talk to me out here, okay? He can literally do it any way, anyhow. So don't limit him and get caught up in how he's going to do it. Just know he is, okay? He's going to do it. The time is here. It's not coming. It's here. And any day now, he is going to bring this financial provision into your life. And it might be well in advance. It might be at the, right at the last minute, when you just like, oh my gosh, I don't got much time, but trust and believe that even if it's at the last minute, it's at the right minute. Okay. So even though it seems like it may not happen as quickly as you think it should happen, he's going to do it at the time when you need it, and everything's going to work out. So you don't got to get caught up in looking at time, okay? Because we're of time, but the Father is not. And so he's going to do this thing exactly when you need it. He is going to do this thing. And so, so listen, he's bringing this financial provision into your life, and it's for you and you alone. And don't run around broadcasting it to the world, okay? So if he gives you the winning lottery numbers and you go and play them and you hit, keep it to yourself, okay? And receive that blessing and be thankful for that blessing, okay? And make sure you go back to the Father and you thank him for what he has blessed you with, and you keep him in the loop of, Father, what do I need to do with these finances, okay? And I kind of feel like he's in advance already giving you the idea of what to do with it. So you already know, he has you already aligned, he has you already set up and in position. And so you're just literally waiting for the provision. Like you already know what to do with it, okay? So it's really nothing that you even have to pray for, because he already has in your mind, do X, Y, and Z. Right? And so now you're just waiting for this provision to manifest into the reality and to find you. And so when you get these finances, you're going to know exactly what to do with it. So you may not even feel like, just don't get caught up, okay? Don't get sidetracked when you receive this blessing. Don't think that, okay, I got this provision, and so let me go and, do a little extra other than what I'm supposed to do. No, only do what it is that the Father has called you to do, unless he spoke to you and said, okay, help this person, or, give to that one, or, that's different. But as of right now, he is saying to only do what it is that he's calling you to do, because this blessing is for you and it's for you alone. And in a dream, without really going into like the details of the dream, in a nutshell, the dream was just based on someone was trying to bless me financially. And so as this person's trying to bless me financially, he wanted me to get to myself, like be by myself. And so at one point in time, I was in a room with other people, right? And he wouldn't tell me, because it was like he had it hidden. Okay. My battery's going low. He had this financial blessing hidden that he wanted to give me. And so he wouldn't tell me where this financial blessing is while other people was around me. And so I had to wait for the people to leave in order for him to tell me of this blessing. And so after they left, he kind of was just hinting around, to that there's a blessing in that area somewhere where I was, but he wouldn't exactly tell me exactly where it was. And it's because the people not too long after he was like telling me, I'm going to give you this blessing, they woke back into the room. And so at that point, I woke up out of my dream. So it's almost like the Father wants to bless you, but he doesn't want to bless you around other people, right? He wants you to get to yourself. He wants you to be alone. He wants this blessing to be isolated just for you. And so he's not going to do it around, grandma and grandpa and the kids and auntie and uncle and everybody else. Like he wants you, he's going to do this thing when you are by yourself, when you're alone, when it's just you, when it's just him, and boom, this blessing is going to fall into your life. And like when you're struggling, okay, and you trying to make ends meet, it's hard to receive a blessing, especially in that amount, without being so overjoyed about it that you want to run and tell everybody what the Father has done to you, right? Done for you. And so it's just like in the Bible when the Messiah was walking the earth and he healed people, and then he told them, shh, don't tell nobody. And what did they do? They ran off and they told the world, right? Because it's like when you've been struggling with a thing for so long and you've been down and out for so long and you've been crying for so long and you have been praying for a financial provision for so long and you've been hoping and you've been believing and you've been having faith and you've been doing all of these things for so long, and then finally you receive this blessing, the first thing you want to do is just glorify the Father by telling everybody what he has done. And he gets that, he understands that, and he's like, listen, child, I ain't mad at you. Daughter, I ain't mad at you. Son, I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm happy that you want to broadcast what I'm doing in your life, but it's not the time for it. Okay, and the Bible mentions that there is a time for everything under the sun. So the time will come where you will be able to give him all the glory for what he has done. And even though you might not be able, he's not calling you to broadcast that to the world just yet. In time, when you are able to, it's going to be an amazing thing. But in the meantime, in the interim, in between time, you know in your heart what the Father has done for you. And it's really just a matter of increasing your own faith. Okay, so this isn't about everybody else right now. It's about you. Okay, it's a time for you to be selfish. It's a time for you to be selfish and to consider yourself and only yourself for a time. Because look, you've given to people when you didn't have to give. You've given your last when you didn't know how you was going to find another way. Okay, you've been there and extended yourself time and time again when you yourself were struggling to make it. But yet and still, when Auntie called you and said, I need a ride, you showed up and you gave Auntie that ride, and you didn't expect, even ask for gas money, and you didn't even know, what was going to happen because you low on gas yourself, And you like, I ain't got no money. I don't know how I'm going to put gas in this car, but Auntie asked me to take her to the store, and I know Auntie's struggling too, so guess what? I'm going to sacrifice and I'm going to take Auntie to the store, not knowing how I'm going to get it. And the Father provided, because he always does, right? And so this is for you. Okay, this blessing, this financial blessing is specifically for you. And so keep matters to yourself, okay? Keep your mouth shut about this thing. Rejoice, yell, scream, do whatever it is that you got to do in the comfort of your room, in the privacy, but do not broadcast this thing, okay? You don't want to mess this up. He's giving you an opportunity to get ahead. You don't want to mess this up. Take that blessing. Take these financial provisions that he's giving you and do the right thing. Don't go splurging and spending and buying the newest Louis and Prada and Gucci and all of that, okay? Really do what it is that the Father has called you to do with this financial provision, and see, won't he do it? Like he's just going to catapult you into a whole nother level that you knew possible. So if you just stay focused, right? Do what it is that he's calling you to do with this provision, you're going to see that in no time, you're going to look back at your life and you're not even going to remember the time when you went without. You're not going to remember the time when you suffered. You're not going to remember the time when you cried because you didn't know how you was going to put gas in your car to make it to your job, which wasn't even barely paying you any money as it is anyway. Right? But you cried through it. You suffered through it. You believed through it. You prayed through it. And so the Father wants to bless you and reward you for your due diligence. So remember, you heard it on the channel, Life with Purpose. When you receive this financial provision, keep it to yourself and do what it is that the Father is telling you to do. And I also want to do a little side note to all my subscribers. Welcome to the channel, Life with Purpose. I'm so happy to have you. I'm so glad that you subscribed and you have been placed in a position, okay, on this channel, and you have planted your feet on solid ground, and the Father is moving through this channel, working through this channel, and he's bringing about these blessings, y'all, left and right. To all my subscribers who've been with me, y'all already know we riding this thing to the wheels fall off, okay? And so that's it. That's all about I have. I'm at the about all that I have. I'm at the ocean right now, just enjoying this view. I haven't been here in quite some time, so I'm excited to be here this morning. So I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and I will see y'all on the next video.